So I wanted to see what it was like out at a beach with real waves. So we left from Ucluelet, where we were staying, and went to South Chesterman Beach. Um, Someone had suggested that that's a good place because you can kind of go in the lee of the wind on the south side and maybe catch some downwinders. So I started off, we set up at the east side of South Chesterman Beach, and you can see the waves were rolling in. I mean, it wasn't huge or anything, but it was like, 3 to 5 feet, probably, something like that. And so I went out to this little island that was protruding. It was kind of away from the land, so I had to swim out there. And you can see, like, I mean, they're breaking pretty heavy on there for foiling anyway. Maybe not for surfing, but, there was like something like a 3 to 5 foot height difference. Sometimes I'd be down near the water waiting for a chance for the water to be relatively flat. And I tried 3 or 4 times, and there was just too chaotic. Like the height of the water would change so quickly. Um, so we ended up moving further up the beach, and this is the western side of South Chesterman. So there was a great um, series of rocks here that I could launch off of. So um, it was quite windy too, so that made it tough going into the wind. So I decided this would be best place to go for today. Yeah, so I mean, the water is really cold too. So I have my 5'4" on here. So it's windy. I'm heavy. not not the best conditions for having a relaxing foiling session. But anyways, I was trying to kind of downwind a little bit and then get in close to the shore where I was hoping there'd be some waves I could surf into the shore. But up here, there really wasn't that much wave action. So I ended up doing mostly kind of these mini downwinders, I guess. Like this is a pretty decent run, like a minute and a half or something. And yeah, just come in, take a run in close to the beach, and then it's kind of breaking, starting to break there, but it's also getting really shallow, so I had to bail. So then I just walk back up the beach and get on the rock and then launch again. There's quite a current up there too, I guess. Um, with the wind going one way, and I don't know if I guess the tide was probably coming in. Yeah, the tide was coming in, so there was like a weird back eddy right where you launched. So that was a little bit tricky too. But you can see how hard I have to fight to get into the wind here. It's like almost stalling because I just can't get enough speed. And then one wrong move and it's instant stall. But going downwind, it was pretty sweet. Man, it took so much energy to pump up wind there. It was blowing so hard. You can see I just like slow right down and I'm like leaning into the wind and trying to make headway and just try to get as close to the launch point as possible before bailing. And my heart was pounding right there. Yeah, there was so much wind that there was actually someone windsurfing not too far from where I was. And there was someone on the in the water kiting too, kiteboarding. Just before I got started, they were just breaking down their equipment. And it was all I could do to get back to my launch point, or as close as I could, without running out of gas. And that launch point was kind of high. It was a little bit tricky. It was more than 2 feet off the water, and with that cross eddy, like it was as a back eddy, but it was going directly across, in front of me from left to right. So that made it a little squidgy to get started. But yeah, once you got out of that, then there were just these big rolling, gentle bumps, and then the wind, of course, pushing you down the beach. I'm really glad I came here, though. Like, I'll definitely come back here again when it's less windy.